Can I hear every voice? Shabbat Shalom. And a very happy Hanukkah. Shh. It's so wonderful to have you here. As we have more people coming in, and we'll figure it out. It's just a big mishpacha here, so we'll find spaces. If not here, around the corner, you can join the Shabbat Singers. It's wonderful to welcome. Become a rabbi. Come up on the podium. We have our choir here. And you know, after we had all these latkes and all this Chanukah gelt, you got to kind of get it digesting, because prayer is not a spectator sport. We want you guys to be involved. So everybody take your arms, reach them out. You're going to join the Shabbat Singers with their warm up. Reach them out, make a big circle above your head, and everybody say the word, say oh, like that. Oh, big noise. And then like, oh, like you ate too much. Oh, bring your hands down here. And then bring it down here, say it again. Oh. And then back up and stop. Oh. Ready, try it with me. 2, 3, 4. Oh. It's good, but if you're part of the choir, everybody's got to do it. I got to have every hand, every voice. It's much more powerful. Ready? Every hand in the air. Every hand, every hand. 1, 2, 3, with me. Oh. Watch the timing here. It's critical. Turn. You're going to turn that way, okay? Everybody turn that way to that side of the room. And give the person next to you a little karate chop back massage, an actual one. Ready? And sing like this. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. And now, and only now, turn that way and switch. Ba-da, ba-da. Now switch back. Ready? Ba-da, 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 ba-da. And now, unless you're up here or standing, stay in your seats, but you can boogie around. We're going to dance. We're going to go kum kum le 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 kum kum le le kum kum le 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 kum. You get it? Like that. Okay, you ready to join us? We're going to start the service. Everybody ready? Hold your hands in the air. Big Hanukkah hands in the air. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're now an honorary Shabbat singer, and when we light the candles, shh, you know, we're not actually allowed to use the candlelight for anything. We're just supposed to look at it and just think of how amazing God is, all the miracles we've had nowadays, in olden days. So just bring all the light you've seen this week, all the candles you've been lighting with your family, into your mind, into your heart, and we take all that beautiful praise and we try and lift it as high as it'll go.
1, 2, 3.
Everybody sings along. You sing hallelujah. deserve that, huh? Pretty terrific. We said we were going to keep singing that till everyone in the back has a seat. So we will keep bringing in seats for everyone. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Chag Sameach. Such a special Shabbat tonight with our Shabbat singers. And as we turn to our candle lighting, which do we light first? Raise your hand if you think it's the Shabbat candles. Raise your hand if you think it's the Hanukkah. Yay! Temple Israel Sunday School, all right. So tonight, to help us light our Chanukah, we have a big family celebrating a big birthday. So I would like to call Blake, Hannah, and Levi Feynman forward with big sister Maddie. It is their 6th birthday on the 6th night of Hanukkah, and these 3 are true miracles. So they will help us light. Mom and Dad, why don't you help too, since it's a very tall Chanukah, and we will sing the blessings together.
As we light the Hanukkah candles, and now we turn to the Shabbat candles. And as we bring in Shabbat, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, and please put your phones away and your cameras. I know tonight is a really fun night to video, but we're doing the videoing for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And so put them away and enjoy Shabbat as we invite Susie Dubin to come forward for the lighting of our Shabbat candles. We're on page 14.
Eloheinu melech halom. Shekianu, Asher lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
On page 34.
Shabbat
rise together for the call to worship.
We turn in our prayer books now to page 54. In the middle of the page, we read together. God, in your presence, I am never alone. When I climb the highest mountain, you are sunshine on my face. When the world turns cold, I wrap myself in the warmth of your spirit. When I find myself in the darkest valley, you are the glimmer of light in the shadows. God, in your presence, I am never alone, for I know that you are with us in our greatest joys and deepest sorrows. Hear, O Israel, God is sunshine and warmth and light and love. Hear, O Israel, God is one.
Adonai Eloheinu
it wonderful to hear the sounds and the voices of our children. They're truly wonderful. You bring a lot of joy and warmth to our community tonight. It's our pleasure at this time in our service to invite a couple who is about to meet under the chuppah, Ronell Greer and Jonathan Marche, to come forward now for their Ufruf wedding blessing. As you come forward, we have a gift for you, a gift of membership to Temple, as well as a mezuzah to put upon the doorpost of your house.
Bruchim habayim b'shem Adonai, v'rachnuchem mibeit Adonai.
Oh God, this beautiful couple has come here today in this moment of celebration amidst the voices of children. This is truly the blessing of life, and so we are so excited for the two of you as you enter into this moment of the chuppah, and pray that your home will be less noisy than this home, that you'll find peace and joy every day, that God will watch over the two of you and will allow you to build your home filled with the traditions of our people, that it will be a home of love and happiness, of laughter and joy, one of trust and respect. Oh God, be with them, support them, guide them, as they go from this moment of celebration to so many moments of joy together in life. As together we say, Amen.
Mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov, Elanu. Simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov,
This morning in chapel with the nursery school, I explained that Hanukkah had a great hero named Superman. And they said, no, it was Judah Maccabee. I said, oh, you're right. And then I explained that Judah fought the dragon. And they said, no, it wasn't a dragon. It was King Antiochus. I said, you're right. And I said, and then they got the temple back and they found a cell phone with 20% battery. It lasted for 8 days. And they said, no, it was the oil. They corrected me again, and then I said, it really wasn't, the miracle really wasn't the oil. The miracle was that the Jewish people were so proud, they stood up for themselves and won a great victory. And the kid said, no, it was the oil. So for all of our miracles, big and small, we sing together our Song of Miracles on page 62.
Des
Yaakov, Ugelom Yad Chazak Mimenu, Baruch Ata Adonai, Gaal Yisrael.
So the Mechamocha has never sounded quite that good. A great miracle happened there, and a great miracle is happening here tonight, because we are not only celebrating Hanukkah, we are also celebrating the joy, the beauty of Shabbat. And it's not just Shabbat after a long week, it's Shabbat that brings all of us together, that brings family together. So grab the hands of somebody next to you. Even if you're not related, you can do it. Just make sure that you're recognizing that you're such a part of a powerful, holy community as we give thanks to God on page 65 for the gift of Shabbat.
We rise together on page 68 for the Avots. זוכר הסתירות והימהות, ומפי גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך חוזר, מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה.
The Maccabees fought so that not simply could they light an additional candle, but so that we someday could be gathering here today. Jews before us did so much to ensure that young people like this, and I love watching all the young people dancing in the aisles. If you don't have a young kid dancing in your aisle somewhere, I'm sorry for you, because they bring us the spirit of what this Shabbat is about. And so for those of you who are here for Shabbat with a sense of joy and Hanukkah, I think we have found that recognizing that this is the reason we continue to work so hard to pass this tradition, Lador Vador, from generation to generation. Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Blessed are you, O God, the Holy God.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללו סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. As you're seated, we pray silently.
If you're here because you needed a little bit of healing, raise your hand if you're feeling healed right now. Just listening to these voices, listening to the energy, it's bringing healing. And in Judaism, we are told that the Misha Berach prayer, which we can find in our prayer books on page, I'll find it here, 72, on page 72. The Misha Berach prayer, we are told, is not just about bringing healing to our bodies, but bringing healing to all of us, to our spirits, to our souls. We really feel whole now, and so we join together in this prayer for healing, Misha Berach.
A rough time of year for me. I can't spell. The word tomorrow, I can't spell it. Embarrassed, constant struggle. My son Asher wants to learn how to play the ukulele. Dear Lord, I was so far off in my attempt to spell that word that spell check didn't even know what to try. I've never been able to spell. Going back to elementary school, I remember my classmates worried about our quizzes and Torah classes. That didn't make me break a sweat. But spelling, yikes. I knew I'd go home with a paper full of red marks. I will, to this day, compose an email or a handwritten letter purposely avoiding words that I simply can't figure out. I was once told that very intelligent people cannot spell because their minds are working so quickly that they just can't slow down long enough to spell correctly. It's right here. So who here's a really good speller? Anyone? I heard West Hill's spelling bee is coming up, so there must be some good ones. Okay, but why is it a rough time of year? How do you spell Hanukkah? Now, I can't spell any of the iterations of Hanukkah. I end up mashing them all together and nothing comes out right. But does it even really matter? How many of you spell it with an H? How many of you spell it with a CH? How many with one N? Two N's? One K? 2K? H at the end? Okay, you prove my point. Okay. So is there a right way to spell Hanukkah? I've heard some no's. Okay, the answer is, it's a trick question. Because the right way to spell Hanukkah is Chet Nun Chaf He, right? It's Hebrew, and oddly enough, I know how to spell that. I can't spell it in English, but I can spell it in Hebrew. But it definitely matters because of what it's trying to tell us. So every Hebrew word has a root. And that root is usually 3 letters. And it says, this is the word family I'm coming from. So Hanukkah's root is Chet Nun Chaf. Now, if you're sitting and thinking, I have no clue what this rabbi is talking about, stick with me. Anyone with me? Bueller? Okay, now raise your hand if you know that reference. Bueller. All right, parents of age-appropriate children, that's your assignment for winter break. They have to see that movie. All right, back to Hanukkah. So we usually translate Hanukkah as, who said it? Raise your hand. Nice, dedication. We know that the Maccabees miraculously won a war against the Greeks. They rededicated the temple to God, lit the menorah, and the oil lasted for 8 days. But those 3 letters also create the word chinuch, education. Isn't that cool? I can't spell in Hebrew either, but I love the tricks that the language can do. So think about it, rededication and education. Isn't that what we as a Jewish people have been doing for years? Every single holiday, the ones I can spell and the ones that I can't, have us rededicate ourselves to Jewish values and tell us that we never stop learning. And we're called the people of the book for a reason. So how many of you kids out there are itching for December break? How many of you prefer summer to the winter? Okay, that might be true. But education is still really important. Now, grown-ups, we're not freed from this dedication to education just because we have diplomas on our walls. We are never too old to learn. We do live in a world where our kids know so much more than we might ever know. So the next time you have a technical problem, find an 8-year-old and have them give you a lesson on basic computing. When you're struggling to find passion in your work, check out an elementary school. They'll reignite your passion. At Hillel Day School, where my kids attend, they're somewhere here, there's something called the Maker Space. Raise your hand if you've ever been to Hillel Day School's Maker Space. Yeah, there's some hands up. It's a workshop, a place to tinker, experiment, make new things. And in this space, students become educators, and educators remember why they chose to dedicate their lives to teaching. I think all of us adults could use some time in the maker space. We're so busy working and driving and washing and drying and cleaning and caretaking and exercising and errand running, we don't have time for experimentation, the things that really light us up. Adulting is not always very exciting. So Hanukkah reminds us to rededicate ourselves to finding what lights us up. If you don't know where to start, pick any one of these kids. I highly recommend even the youngest ones because they don't yet know the F word. What F word am I talking about? He doesn't. She's like, no, don't. Does anyone want to guess? Failure. They don't know about failure. They just try everything, and if they stink at it, they get right back up and they try again. And if you aren't convinced with a 5-year-old, find one of our teenagers. Our teens are some of the most incredible people I've ever come across. They're dedicated to school. They spend hours on their activities, and they still find time to be with their friends. I don't know how they do it, but I have gained so much from watching them navigate their world, and we have a lot to learn from that. So Hanukkah and chinuch, dedication and education, it's part and parcel of who we are, no matter if we can spell it or not, and no matter how long it's been since we've tried something new. So on this Hanukkah, have fun, light up some darkness, learn something new, and at the end of the day, doesn't matter how you spell it, who cares? What matters is what you take away from it, boldly and brightly and bravely. Chag Sameach.
First you take a single candle and you start it with a spark. Then you pass it all around the world, bringing light into the dark. We light the Hanukkah candles from left to right. Tonight we light the Hanukkah candles from left to right. From left to the right, see the candles burning bright.
we learned that the lamp of God is the soul of a person. So in this next song, all about light, see if you can look into these lamps and see a little light shining through.
Shabbat Singers, you guys are amazing. I know I speak for everyone when I tell you our hearts are filled with warmth and joy. You brought us so much Hanukkah goodness. Thank you for being here. And it's now my pleasure to invite up a member of our executive committee, Ellie Bitker, for this evening's announcements.
Shabbat Shalom and Happy Hanukkah. I wanted to thank the Shabbat Singers. For a cold night, you have brought joy and warmth into this synagogue, and I have never seen it where there has been such an audience. You guys made it really, really special. Thank you so much. And now I have some great activities that are coming up at Temple. This Monday, the Adult Seeking Knowledge, or ASK program, features award-winning author Eileen Pollack. She will read excerpts from and answer questions about her latest book, The Bible of Dirty Jokes, bringing to life the history of Borscht Belt, comedy, Catskills resorts, and more. Enjoy a delicious Shabbat dinner in your home next Friday, December 14th, and let us do the cooking for you. Shabbat in a Box includes everything you need for dinner and prayers. Vegan and gluten-free options are available. Who could pass that up? You don't even have to cook your own Shabbat dinner. Orders are due by noon this Wednesday. Help light up the night for pediatric patients and their families on December 24th. Join Rabbi Kaluzny in our Temple Israel community at Beaumont Hospital for Moonbeams for Sweet Dreams. Registration is recommended in case of last-minute changes. And join us December 25th as we participate in the community-wide Mitzvah Day. This is a great volunteer opportunity for bar and bat mitzvah students with their families. Locations include the JCC, Jimmy's Kids, and the Salvation Army. Reservations are requested by next Friday, December 14th. For more information or to RSVP for any of these programs, check the information table or call Temple during normal office hours. On behalf of the officers and members of the Board of Trustees, let me wish you a Shabbat Shalom, and please join us for an oneg in Corman Hall.
Thank you, Ellie. And for those of you who may have noticed our earlier time tonight, our wonderful spirit in here filled with the delicious voices of all these cutie pies, we are trying a new family experience to make our service more available to young families, and we are so thrilled at how many people came and the spirit in this room and the joy in this room. And if any of our kids have birthdays in the months of December and January, I invite you to come on up. We're going to sing to you, and then you're going to get a special treat of a special book from the Goldberg Fund. And November.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Yom Huledet
Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Very good.
Yom Huledet Sameach.
Lauren, will you raise your hands? Turn around for a second. Do you know we have the most incredible library program in the country? And here's our librarian. And all these kids are going to go and get a special gift of a book to take home with them in honor of their birthday. So go back to your... We're going to take it right outside. Now, when we leave here, we're going to ask everybody, everybody to go very quietly. Let's get real quiet. Shh. We're going to walk very quietly through the atrium over to the Corman Hall for our Shabbat Oneg Shabbat. Now, why do we need to be quiet? Because there's a bar mitzvah going on in the sanctuary. So we can be really loud right now as we sing the adoration, the Aleinu, on page 189. Let us rise and sing together.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gerula liotze breshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, vanachnu korim, משתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We remain standing as our thoughts turn to those we have loved and lost. Our temple community remembers those we've lost in the last 30 days, the period of Shloshim, Dan Arnold, Helena Bartholomew, Dennis Chatlin, Gerald Curtis, Morton Feldman, Joel Fenley, Jerome Goldstein, Ernest Greenblatt, Peter David Hymas, Peter Jacobs, Fred Keywell, Dr. Albert Corby, Dr. Gerald Kraus, Bob Lask, Rosalind Lazier, Bobby Levine, Harvey Mann, Nancy Miller, Donald Newman, Joni Rappaport, Alex Rhodes, Daniel Richmond, Martin Rosenfeld, Rita Rubin, Robert Shore, Paula Siegel, Leah Skorin, Alfred Spiegel, Alan Victor, David Weiner, Arlene Weinberger, Rose Winegren, and Selma Yanover. We also remember the names of those who died at this time in years past: Henry Oslander, Joseph Basson, Lillian Berger, Bernard Brower, Michael Asher Efros, Abraham Einhorn, Hyman Goldman, Joseph Grant, Benjamin Greenwald, Jason Mark Heller, Stephen Candell, Lillian Crystal, Selma Leone, Ida Lewis, Erwin Lewis, Lillian Lewis, Rosalind Liner, Rick Marks, Florence Meltzer, Leatrice Patron, Dr. Samuel Solomon Rosenfeld, Evelyn Rostger, Rose Russick, Rose Sallin, Mary Schlossberg, Rochelle Solomon, Paul Solway, Eric Steiner, Sherry Lynn Volk, Marvin Wayne, Anthony Walsh, Joyce White, Ruth Wolf, Ida Yedwab, Michael Yendick, Emery Black, Charles Stone, Jerome Cantor, Dr. John Ruby, Ricky Rosen, Etta Solway, Isaac Bayroche, Maurice Bayroche, Willie Bayroche, Arthur Gould, Bernice Dickstein, Sybil Silver, Martin Rosenfeld, Matthew Klein, Barbara Rubiner, Julie Schiffman, Shelley Monica Volk, Philip Glickstein, Judith Robinson, Donald Newman, David Sharg, George Taxi. We honor them with love. We remember them with the words of Kaddish found on page 199. V'yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divrach yurtei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kariv imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mibarach leolam ulalmei almaya Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yitaleh, v'yithalal, shemei d'kudsha, b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, huya aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. We ask God to send peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved among us, as together we say, Amen.
As we conclude our service, we thank, of course, our amazing Shabbat singers. It was such a delight to work with. Thanks to our soloist, too, who worked so hard. Thanks to soloist Emma Trevax for leading the group so beautifully. And thanks to all of you who drove and schlepped and waited and played MP3s in the car. We really appreciate it. I hope it has brought as much joy to you as to us. We'll send you off with one last serving of Hanukkah joy.
Play
Schöner, ein lustiger, ein feierlicher, nicht da noch ein Säuner. Alle Nacht in Wedel spielen wir. So die Käselage ist und ein Schiff geschwinder. 10 Kinder, die Chanukah liegt davon. Singt all Hanissim, lebt Gott, all die Nissim und kommt, Kicher tanzen in Chor. Singt all Hanissim, lebt Gott, all die Nissim und kommt, Kicher tanzen in Chor. Come on! Shabbat Shalom, Happy Hanukkah.
Donuts. Donuts. We get donuts. We get donuts. We get donuts.